Yo guys, and in this video I will be basically zoom out a little bit on Bitcoin to see where we're currently standing, how long is it still going to take from here on, as well I'm going to zoom in towards some very important on-chain metrics that are right now telling us what to think about Bitcoin. So this and much more will be getting discussed on today's video, so slap up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk right away about the market. So what we do know is that basically, look at this, Bitcoin fell down so harsh over the recent hours, and personally, I have not been expecting Bitcoin was going to fall so hard, so quickly towards the downside. It dropped over 44% towards the downside in just a matter of 11 days. And right now, I want to be talking about, okay, where are we standing right now, right? Looking back at previous cycles, we always have, of course, the exponential bull market phase, the bear market phase, the reaccumulation phase, and of course that mid-cycle run-up, consolidation before the next bull run basically. And it all happens before the next halving cycle. And usually if the halving does come, so these vertical lines are all telling us where the halving events were for Bitcoin. And like you can see, every single time we did have a halving event, Bitcoin already found its bottom. So right now the halving event is still quite significantly far away from us. So yeah, I do expect Bitcoin to be bottoming out within the coming 630 days. And that is also, of course, very likely to expect. But more importantly, guys, we do know that every single cycle have these phases and also these larger time frame consolidation phases. So let me quickly overlay this chart. And of course, historically speaking, such a bear market correction phase takes around to 364 days. And right now you could be either approach it from the previous high, because we have not been forming a real new big all-time high. And you can see that we've been already trading in a downtrend for 427 days. What is basically right now suggesting that the low is very close, or if you approach it from this high over here, we are right now been going down for 217 days, and maybe it's going to take still a little bit longer. But personally, I will be approaching it from this previous high because we've been not forming a significant higher high on the market. And what we can see right now in the market is that this is clearly already telling us in the beginning of the story, okay, Bitcoin has been going for an approximately 427 days in a downtrend. What is going to be next? And what is going to be next, historically speaking, on Bitcoin, are these very, very boring consolidation phases. These boring sideways price action phases where Bitcoin basically does nothing, where it goes sideways, and actually it is also only going to be likely to expect some consolidation, whether it's going to be on this region, whether it's going to be between this region and let's say the 28, 29k. I personally think it's going to be somewhere around the 30,000 US dollars, around this level over here, between the 25 and 30,000 dollars, that we're going to see massive consolidation before once again seeing a mid-cycle run-up like we also had over here. And let me copy this chart real quickly to you for you guys to see this more clear. Before, of course, once again having a mid-cycle run-up, and once again before in the end of the day once again consolidate before starting the next run-up. And of course, then we can already argue we're going to trade significantly higher on, of course, this white box over here, because the white box is of course going to be happening on the halving event. And of course, we do know that every single halving event, Bitcoin tends to be trading higher. So quickly saying, where are we currently standing? Do we have more downside to come for Bitcoin? Yeah. I mean, if we're going to look at the downside, can Bitcoin drop even further more before once again going in towards this next wave of market movement towards the upside? We're going to look at what all the corrections were before, right? So before we were seeing a 93% correction in 2011 cycle. We were seeing in the 2014 cycle that we had an 85% correction. We were seeing a year in the 2018 cycle that we are having an 85% downside. And of course, due to the market only growing, it's only more likely to assume that we're going to see less and less losses getting realized in this market. However, right now, if I'm going to measure from high to low, how far we are standing, we're currently 74% down from high to low. This is already very significant, but I do also know that, yeah, maybe we're going to fall down towards 80%. It is definitely possible. And of course, the maximum drawdown that we're going to look for is going to be 84%. And that is going to be trading on 10K. So what is the worst case scenario that we could be looking at right now for Bitcoin? It's going to be $10,000 in my opinion. So worst case scenario is $10,000. Best case scenario is that the bottom is right now already found, and that we could be, of course, potentially move further on from here on, because we do know the market is growing. The drop-offs are getting less. Also, if we are measuring the bull market run-up, it was significantly less than last times around. So it's only going to be more likely to assume as well that the correction is going to be less, right? So it's going to be interesting. I personally do not expect that we're going to go to 10k. However, I do still think there is more downside to come here, and maybe we could be starting to be bottoming out around the $12,000-13,000. However, if we are going to be bottoming out from here on, I will be definitely also alright with it, because I am right now already taking massive positions in this market for only purely one reason. This reason why I'm taking massive positions in the market right now is due to the MVRV Z-Score, and this chart is basically telling, this metrics is basically telling to spot oversold and overbought territory relative to its fair value for Bitcoin. And like you can see, there have been some historical buy prices for Bitcoin where it was a very good level to be buying Bitcoin, and there has been also some historical sell places for Bitcoin. The historical sell side place was of course here at the all-time high here for Bitcoin, somewhere around 46,000 US dollars. It wasn't a bad price for selling. Actually, in hindsight, it wasn't. 52 even, this indicator was telling us. So 52 was a very good sell sign for the MVRV Z-Score. More importantly, right now we're back again at this green box, and the green box is indicating us the low risk buy prices, and right now we are in these low risk buy zones, and I personally do expect we are going to be seeing, of course, a massive bounce getting generated from off this level. Whether it's going to take another few weeks from here on, I am buying. So if the market does decide to be bottoming out right now, I at least got settled in. And right now, like you can see here, we are at the same levels like the bear market low in 2018, 2019. We're at the same levels as the pandemic low in 2020 as well. And if we're also going to look at the NUPL, the net unrealized profit and loss, and guys, like I told you several times before, if many addresses are in a loss right now here, you be buying right now is a very smart decision, because not everyone is probably going to sell their tokens so quickly, because you're not likely to realize a loss right now in this market. So you're basically buying at a place where many other investors are in a loss, and that is basically why you are right now in such big of an advantage to, of course, accumulate Bitcoin around this region. We are clearly in capitulation stages. Market dropped significantly down, and we can clearly see it from off this chart as well. The market's seen a massive drop towards the downside. We are seeing the RSI going oversold. We've never been so oversold on a weekly time frame before, but we are clearly seeing that big red candle getting printed, right? This is not the time to get flushed out. This is not the time to be panicking. This is the time to be keeping your focus. But yeah, Bitcoin is right now extremely undervalued. Bitcoin is extremely oversold. Bitcoin is in an extreme big capitulation stage, and that is why I am currently accumulating more Bitcoin. And I am very aware, like I just told you, that this cycle, before we're going to trade at new all-time highs, could for sure take another 2 years. It could take another 2 years till we're going to trade at new all-time highs. And of course, historically speaking, it's probably going to even take longer. Maybe it's going to take somewhere around 900 days, so approximately 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. So make sure you're going to prepare yourself right now for the next big bull run, because guys, we do know right now in the next bull run, the M2 money stock is already increasing more significantly. We do know that the next bull run, there's going to be even more cash flowing in towards the market, and it's going to be an even more significant one. Also, there's going to be less Bitcoin available to be buying. And talking about available Bitcoin to be buying, you can currently look at the exchange balance on Bitcoin, because the exchange balance on Bitcoin is absolutely going parabolic towards the downside. Today, another day went by, and of course, we've seen another significant outflow of Bitcoins from exchanges, and the run on Bitcoin is real. People are loading up on their Bitcoin, and there's going to be one point that it's not going to be so easy anymore to be buying one Bitcoin. So make sure to benefit from it. At the same time, guys, Elon Musk has been saying, I will be still supporting Dogecoin. I've been asking him, what about Bitcoin? But yeah, he's still supporting Dogecoin, so he's still supporting the cryptocurrency industry. That's a good thing to see here. And hopefully we could see some words out from Tesla that they're buying some more Bitcoin, because that could be, of course, a very positive catalyst to pump up the market again. Anyways, guys, I also see this article coming by, and this is, of course, very interesting to see. Bitcoin critics say that Bitcoin is going to go to zero this time, but these three signals suggest otherwise. I'm not going to look at the signals, but guys, every single time we're in a bear market, they tell us Bitcoin is going to go to zero. They tell us Bitcoin is going to go to this target or that target. But we know in the end of the day, maybe it's going to take 2 or 3 years, but we're going to trade back at new all-time highs. So make sure to benefit from the markets we're currently in right now. We are in levels, and we are currently in markets that are definitely harder to handle, because yeah, we're seeing significant corrections in the markets. I do know people are getting flushed out right now, but this is not the time to get flushed out. Make sure to stay focused. But anyways, guys, Thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new video on the channel. I hope I brought a little bit more clarity to you guys out there where we're currently standing in the market. If you do enjoy the content, smash up the like button, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.